You're a nut, all right? We've determined that. You have a big family, five kids between you and your husband, Sean.
Yes.
Do you guys have any crazy holiday traditions?
Well, that hat is one of them.
Yes.
That's one. We have, every Christmas Eve we get together and we play this white elephant gift exchange.
Oh, we do that at our house.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what it is.
Yeah, but tell the audience if you don't know.
Basically, everyone brings a gift. You pick a number, who gets to open the gift first, and you start to compete for gifts. You get to trade and swap and steal gifts. Yeah. We had one where we combined the adults and
with the
kids.
children.
Right.
That's
so
nice.
The kids went out and picked their gifts, and the adults didn't know the kids were coming, so they picked theirs. And we ended up with a gnome who was a garden gnome.
I'm sure the kids love that, actually.
Yes, the kids love that. Actually, my stepdaughter, Haley, who's 12, picked it out. It was a pink garden gnome.
Oh, she didn't realize what it was doing?
And I sort of was like, oh, well, that's kind of, you know, the adults wanted that gift. But then another adult they brought with them this beautiful coffee table book of breasts.
Of breasts?
Yes, women's breasts. And our 10-year-old son...
Really? That's a coffee table book?
Yeah, it's like art photos. It's like these artistic photos of breasts, you know?
Well, and they're beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
It's sort of one of those, like, Helmut Newton kind of... Mm-hmm. And my 10-year-old stepson, literally, if he could have elbowed and killed everyone in the game to get the breast book, he won it.
He got it?
He got the breast
Was he allowed to keep it?
No.
Why?
First of all, his mother, I was like, I swear I'm not buying, because he's my stepson, I was like, I'm not buying him books of boobs. It's not what we do. We kept it as a sort of art piece, and then it gradually made its way into the garage.
As a kid, you were a rebel.
I was such
You
a
were
rebel.
a rebel. You got expelled from school. This woman, not just once, twice, three, 6 times.
6 times.
What was wrong with you? Oh, yeah. And that's applause. What was the matter with you?
Listen, I went to these very strict private schools, and one of them was more religious-based, and so they would have us wear these bloomers under our school uniforms. You weren't allowed to wear regular underpants.
Oh, okay.
And I have a problem with underwear to begin with.
Wearing it, you mean?
Wearing it. I don't like bras. I don't
either. I'm the same way. I hate it, too.
And
Are you wearing anything now?
No. Yes, I am. So I didn't wear them. I would try and sneak just regular underwear.
Yeah.
But they would do spot checks on us.
Would they lift your dress?
Yes, it was like prison.
That is like prison.
And so one of my teachers said to me, this was really bad. I don't know if I should tell this.
No, tell it.
All right.
Who's listening?
She said, she looked at my underpants, normal white briefs. They weren't these giant bloomers that were made of this terrible, scratchy fabric. And she said, well, what underpants do you think prostitutes wear? And I said, well, I didn't think they wore any.
Ooh. Very good.
Yeah, but I got expelled.
But you clearly turned out okay because you found success in L.A., and you credit that in part to a book that you brought with you when you first arrived in Hollywood after leaving Australia.
Yes, I found a book called How to Make It in Hollywood, and I read about a man, Bob McGowan. I still know him to this day. He's Dylan Walsh's manager, actually, who's on my show, and he had represented Julia Roberts, so I called him up. Yeah. And I called him every day, like 10 times a day.
Like a stalker?
I basically, stalked him. I stalked him. Today, that would be called stalking. And literally, so that I would stop bothering him, he agreed to represent me, and I sort of went on with him as my manager and actually started working, shockingly.
You know, and you've worked consistently and done great things. He helped you get the role in Marilyn.
Yeah!
Right? But you started Without a Trace. Now you've got this huge hit on A&E. There yours, Marilyn.
That was a great role.
Then Without a Trace. Now this huge hit on A&E, Unforgettable.
We play a lot of games on set, and one of them is making dub smash videos with my co-star, Lala. Lala and I decide in between takes to literally make, like, I'm Eminem and she's, you know, Rihanna, and we sing and we do these things. So I always, and they're like, come back to work. We need you to focus again. We need you back on the job. And I'm playing a woman with a perfect memory. So it's like, it's almost, and I can't remember my own name half the time.
Well, we remember your name, Poppy Montgomery. We think you're fantastic. You have to come back. You're so delightful. Thank you. Congratulations on all your success. Unforgettable airs Friday nights on A&E at 8 p.m. Eastern.